Little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
It is. And we got a few things situated. We don't have everything situated yet, but we're going to get there. Cole Johnson now joins me. Good morning, sir. And I'm sorry for the... good morning. I'll just start there.
Good morning. It must have been a rough one.
We're getting an assist from the Shady Sports Network, and I may not have given the correct coordinates for you when I set everything up. That is my fault. We will work on it when we sign off this morning.
No problem.
So we can get everything loaded there.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam said we can go with it, however long we need until we get our platform situated. Waiting on Ryan McCoffey to join us. Just send him the link to join us. Okay, he says be on it. McCoffey says be on the tick. Speaking of which,
cool.
Sugar-free French vanilla is the brew this morning for me.
Oh, okay.
And I've gone totally sugar-free. And I haven't gulped this thing down to my own surprise.
So you're participating in the coffee with McCarthy this morning yourself.
I am.
Okay.
I am. So how about those 49ers yesterday? You see the shirt?
Yeah, definitely see the shirt. Yeah, and
Which means
Victor,
we're gonna have a test and a half next week in Philadelphia.
Yeah, definitely. But I've asked this question, and look, Cowboys Nation, this comes from the heart. Who really did feel as though your Cowboys was even going to go to the NFC Championship, let alone the Super Bowl, for the first time in 27 years? Not even your own faithful. Not even your own faithful truly believed it. You just wanted right off the hype of the Dak train. And I understand.
Again.
Yeah, I understand. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, 1 rushing touchdown. Everything flowed beautifully. But then Sunday night around 6:40 or so Pacific Standard Time, 9:40 Eastern Time, 8:40 Central Time. Pow! Your Cowboys, with that wonderful shot that was taken with no time remaining, took one big fat. I feel good now.
Good. And now it's time for us to sip some coffee. Mr. McCoffey.
Well,
strong.
When you said, sir, that you were wanting mutually assured destruction in your division, I did not think it was going to go all the way to the Bills too.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind the Bills.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have an older brother who's a Bills fan, and
Right.
he would squash me if I said anything really, really bad about the Bills.
Then he won't squash me when I say Josh Allen and Buffalo. You got to get yourself a bell cow running back.
Yeah. Remember a few months
more, please.
Yeah, remember at the trade deadline, I said the Bills should get Christian McCaffrey, and the 49ers snuck in
and whiffed. Yeah,
and
49ers snuck in and said, "We'll take that."
Yep,
and whiffed. Yeah.
Yep. You
Christian,
said,
if
Brian, that the Bills should have been the team to go after McCaffrey.
The two biggest blows
on the
was the
cheap
Bills.
too.
Yeah,
On the very cheap.
yeah. The two biggest blows was the Bills not getting McCaffrey, and then Von Miller later on that season going down for the year. Those are those two biggest blows for the Bills.
And you saw both, and you saw both come into play,
and both
yesterday.
Came back to bite them yesterday.
So I predicted the upset this week, this weekend. On No Credentials Required, I said the Giants were going to beat the Eagles. Here you go, Eagles fans. Here's your receipts. Sorry about that.
Same. I drank the Kool-Aid. I drank the Kool-Aid and I got drunk. And I should have stuck with my original pick of Frisco and Philadelphia.
Oh my gosh. Who really did think that the Giants were going to beat Philly Saturday night? Gotta be joking me. Really?
Yeah.
Both Brian and Ryan. God, I don't believe this.
I'm going to be eating my breakfast now, so of this is a lot of crow.
Look, I love what the Giants did this season. They did a great job this season. And look, it's nothing to sneeze at that they beat a 13-win team in their own pad the week before. Yes, I understand that. But it was the Minnesota Vikings. You even said it yourself.
That's the part I forgot. That's the part I forgot.
You even said
that's the biggest part. Can you do that question and answer again, please, Cole?
Okay.
Please.
Who really actually thought the New York Football Giants, Big Blue, was going to roll up into Philly and actually have a chance, if not beat, the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't believe this.
I go to as Danny Lemieux said in Slapshot, I go to the box and I feel shame.
I mean, it's like you two, a group with Bart Scott and Molly Karam. Of course, Molly's a huge Giants fan, but Bart Scott drinking that Kool-Aid.
I don't feel any shame. I made the pick, and then I saw the first quarter score, and I went to bed.
Yeah, then it kicked off. Then there was a kick. Then there was I believe then it was kickoff.
The game started. Then the game started at 8:15.
I'm like, okay, a fully healthy Jalen Hurts ran over this team in the Meadowlands. I'm thinking, what? Yeah, no, no. The only upset I saw this weekend coming was the Bills-Bengals. That was the only game that I saw an upset was going to happen.
But do you really?
And I don't even think it was an upset.
Did you? Yeah. I was gonna say, did you really consider it an upset? It's like the Giants-Vikings last week. I don't consider it an upset.
Yeah, thank you.
That was not an upset.
I'll put it this way: upset in terms of the line. You know,
right?
They were the underdog, but I didn't look at it as an upset, and I was surprised at the type of butt whooping that the Bengals gave the Bills.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised at the final result though. I just wasn't, because I just didn't think the Bills. I think the Bills basically were emotionally drained. I mean, they looked like an emotionally drained team.
It was a close. I thought it would be a closer game than what the score indicated, and it was not. And I give full credit to both the Bengals and the Bills for not turning the ball over until Josh Allen threw that pick late.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with Snowman. The Bills need a dependable running back from this point forward. Yes, they got great pass rush. Yes, they have an opportunistic defense, but there's one thing that's missing, and that's a running back.
They don't have a running back like Thurman Thomas.
You know what's funny is that I go all the way back to the draft, and I remember watching a clip from this Buffalo Bills fan live stream when the Jets traded up to get Breece Hall in the second round, and the litany of swearing was like Picasso. It was just fun to see the meltdown from Bills fans when they thought they were going to get Breece Hall. He's going to slip down, and they couldn't understand why they didn't draft him late in the first round. Breece Hall should have been a first round running back.
Yeah,
but
I guess
Joe Douglas.
I guess the Bills didn't see him that valued. I guess to get either to go up and get him, or when he came to them, get him. So yeah,
Yeah, and then they wound up picking Dalvin Cook's brother and try to justify that Dalvin Cook's brother was the better back. And it's like
just because via osmosis. Oh,
via
same family.
relation,
Mm.
via relation.
Yeah, yeah, via relation. He should be just as talented as his brother Dalvin. Yeah, beautifully timed, brother. Beautifully timed.
Nicely done.
Okay. All right. So, to me, I have a hard time deciding which weekend performance I really enjoyed more: the Eagles thrashing the Giants or the Bengals thrashing of the Bills. And all right, I'll say for me, the Bengals thrashing the Bills, I loved from the standpoint of I did not think the Bengals were married to actually be balanced on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Now I knew their defense is great and they have some solid pieces, but it's almost like no name, but they're like 11 guys that play like a unit. And they communicate very well with one another. All three units.
Yep.
All from 1 to 11, they all know their assignments and they play assignment football on defense.
Yeah,
I understood
they
that.
scheme very well. They scheme very well and adjust
beautifully.
to their opponents. That's why they've won. That's why they've won 10 in a row.
Yeah, they play schemes beautifully. I was not surprised.
There's a perfect question in the chat, and I'll highlight it here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. I wasn't surprised about the defensive performance. I was surprised that they were willing to reuse P. Ryan and Mixon in the running game.
I wasn't surprised at that. First drive of that game told me both running backs were gonna touch the ball. And I mean, Cincinnati, I'll make this comparison, and I know Victor's gonna get mad at me, and I know a lot of Bears fans are gonna get mad at me, but I will make it anyway.
Power through it.
Reminds me of what Aaron Rodgers did to the Bears in 2010 in the NFC Championship game, with the NFC Championship game at Soldier Field. He walked their asses right down the field and socked them in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I said I was a bit surprised at it, not necessarily because I didn't think they could do it. I'm talking about actually game planning to do it. And this helps out both the defense and Joe Burrow, because that makes that whole team more dangerous just for that reason. Well, okay. Well, to answer this question, bitter truth, good morning to you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I can answer that. They didn't have one. Josh Allen was their run game.
Oh, I've been saying it all year.
How many times have you said that, Cole?
I've been saying it all year.
We've been both brother. We're brothers. We think along the same line.
All three of us have been saying we're all brothers at heart when it comes to a running game, because we've been saying that not just this year, but for 2 years.
Your leading rusher cannot be your starting quarterback.
Pay attention, pay attention, Baltimore Ravens.
Yes,
it should never be your leading running back.
Because either you're going to hurt your team because you won't advance to a Super Bowl doing that, or you're going to hurt yourself and hurt the team worse because you're going to be injured. Looking at Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, so I was happy to see that with the Bengals. It's like, okay, 240 in the air, 173 on the ground. I'm like, yeah, that can make them extremely dangerous if they can continue to do that. Have that go to KC and then take that with them when they go out to the desert, because I have a feeling they actually might do the same thing for the second year in a row and actually play possibly the Bengals or 49ers. But then I look over the Eagles, and that was one of the most business-like butt whoopings I've ever seen. I mean, it was like, okay, we got to take care of this. We're going to execute defensively the way we do. We're basically going to stop the run. We're going to make Daniel Jones make the offense one-dimensional, press Daniel Jones to make a throw, make a play. And then offensively, we're just going to run when we see it, and we're going to throw over them when they try to stack the box. It was just beautifully done.
Yeah, truth be told, I barely watched a lot. I didn't really watch a lot of football this weekend. I went to a hockey game on Saturday afternoon. I had some other stuff to do on Sunday. I tried to catch up with I tried to catch up on the highlights this morning with the Giants and all 4 games. And halfway through the Eagles Giants highlight reel, I turned it off. I I just, I hit backwards. I hit back on my browser because I'm like, all right, it's 28-0 at the half. Just
I was gonna say
it was over. It was over.
I was gonna say the only giant highlight would be I think it was a 39-yard run that Saquon Barkley had, and by that time it was 28-0 early in the third quarter. So to your point, exactly, because that game was all Eagles. Woo, man, it was brutal. Let me see. So KC, they did not really have the biggest of presences. They didn't have the greatest of performances, and the Jaguars showed fight, which makes me think they're going to be a problem in the future. But the biggest takeaway for me, gimpy ankle from Patrick Mahomes going forward, that don't look good.
I have to say this, and just watching from the highlights and watching the Chiefs in the playoffs for the past couple of years, Chad Henne deserves to be in Chiefs lore as much as Patrick Mahomes does. Because he saved their bacon.
Because Chad Henne 2 years ago saved their ass.
I was just about to get to that.
Ryan, I've been saying this is the dumb, ignorant, foolish NFL fan and Chiefs fan. I had an argument with somebody and I kept saying, look, the Chiefs, they may not be what they would be if Mahomes were to be healthy all the way, but if he got injured, they'll be fine. They may not win 14 games, so they could probably win 8, 9, or 10 because Chad Henne is pretty good and they will rally around him.
Yep.
Thank you, Ryan.
People used to laugh at Chad Henne too when he was a starting quarterback. But he saw his fit in Kansas City as a backup, and when he needs to come in and look a play,
he always
makes the plays.
Does it wonderfully. Yeah.
4th and 2.
Yep, 2 years ago against the Browns.
Against the Cleveland Clowns, and the Browns will never see the playoffs again.
And that was a scramble for him.
That was a designed
scramble.
4th and 2.
And he was up to the task.
Chad Henne under center and not Patrick Mahomes. And the dumbest thing the Cleveland Clowns could have done,
well,
they stacked the box.
Well, I mean, we are talking about a franchise
that's moribund. That's stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that has the wrong people in charge. Wait, that would be the Cowboys also. But
yeah. I mean,
go on.
Star-crossed, forlorn.
Yes,
all those adjectives.
I mean, yeah, Red Fright 88. The drive,
the fumble.
They're moving them out of Cleveland.
The 11 a.m. start of an AFC Championship game, 1989. When football was played at 11 a.m. in the morning for the AFC and 3 in the afternoon Eastern time for the NFC.
Well, actually noon since that game. No,
right. You're right.
It was in Denver.
Right. It was in
Denver. But it made it even earlier though.
It was early for them.
Yeah, it was 1 p.m. Eastern, 11.
I will share
11
this
a.m.
story.
11 a.m. in Denver. Yeah,
I will share this story. In 1993, I took a trip to the West Coast. I took a train ride from Chicago to Sacramento, and then up the coast to Palo Alto. And I realized that 1 o'clock in the Bay Area, and it's a home game, shut down.
Yep. Yeah,
I was visiting some friends at Chico State and then up to Stanford. I went to Stanford that Sunday.
They love the 49ers. They love the 49ers, which I don't blame them. Cool.
Yeah. Since 1981, baby. And I experienced it. I didn't go to Candlestick Park. I got some pictures, but I didn't. I look, all eyes were on Candlestick Park.
All I got to say, Ryan, is just when I think I cannot respect you anymore, you hit me with the Henne bomb, and I respect you even more because you're on the money.
Listen, this is why no credentials required. This is why no credentials required. Listen, this is why no credentials required is required viewing and listening. Because I will say to you, Ryan, I am now a faithful subscriber of No Credentials Required. I take it with me, and I made this announcement once. I don't think Ryan caught it. I will make it again. Whenever he does no credentials required, it'll be live on the SDM Sports Radio Network.
Well,
So
great show. Great
to
show.
those
Great
of you,
hosts.
listen,
Both of them.
I got some flack over the weekend that did not come from my family.
Wait. Brian Snow getting flack? This is my shocked face.
Listen.
Wait a minute. Well, Brian Snow getting flat? You can't be serious.
Now, y'all already know I'm laughing at both of those because I had someone tell me to keep my freezing cold takes to myself.
Oh, no. Freezing cold.
Freezing cold because I we're going to Santa Clara.
Okay.
Because I predicted a blowout. I wanted anarchy. I wanted blood. And in my heart, I knew the Cowboys were going to give us a hell of a game. I knew it.
And credit to the Cowboy.
Credit to the Cowboy defense.
I will say this on air.
F the offense.
Yes, I will say this on air.
Go.
The Cowboys defense, and this is directed to you, Victor, and Dietz, and King Doc, and Ben. The Cowboys defense, they were ready to play in Philadelphia for the NFC Championship game. They were ready for that. They were ready. They were up to the task.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott, on the other hand, not even close.
Listen, Dak Prescott got outperformed by a 23-year-old rookie
that hasn't
nickname Mr. Irrelevant.
And he has not started 16 games.
Nope.
In the NFL yet.
Here's the play of the game from that game yesterday in Santa Clara. We're in the third quarter, tied at 9. You know how Dallas loves to run play action before they actually run the damn ball?
Mm-hmm.
And the 49ers didn't run the ball to extreme success, but they had some success running the ball in the third period. Why was Brock Purdy 10 yards from everybody when he loaded up that zip to George the Animal Kittle? And Kittle made that incredible one hand off the face mask catch.
This is one thing about a Mike Shanahan, even Mike Shanahan, but definitely Kyle Shanahan offenses.
Mm-hmm.
I learned this when Kyle Shanahan was the offense coordinator for the Texans. One of the staple plays is the bootleg rollout.
Yep.
And I've always wondered, I'm like, people know that this is going to come. How is it that they're able to successfully still pull defenses one way and then have the quarterback bootleg and just roll the opposite? And he always seems to be wide open when he do.
Cowboys had 6 defenders. The 49ers had 5 blockers. And yet Brock Purdy had time to zip that pass over the middle to George Kittle. Why is that a key play in that game? Because later it led to McCaffrey's touchdown that
made the difference.
Put the game on ice.
Mm-hmm. And
put the game on ice.
And here's all you need to know about the Cowboys 49ers game if you didn't see it. Dak throws one pick, the one that's before the half, the 49ers kick a field goal. Beforehand, Dak throws another pick deep with his own territory that led to another field goal for the 49ers. The Cowboys in between score a touchdown. Oops, the extra point for Brent Maher is blocked.
It's missed. It's blocked. It's blocked.
So that's 7 points right there. And oh, by the way, the second interception that Dak threw was deep. It was in field goal range of the Cowboys. They could have kicked a field goal if they went to fourth down. So that was a 6-point swing and turnaround.
And the Niners took that interception deep in their own territory, walked down the field, and Robbie Gould gave us the lead at halftime.
So that's 7 points right there. What was the final score?
19-12.
And that's your difference right there.
That's why they're the mad scientist, Cole.
There's your difference right there.
And then that's why Cole's the mad scientist. That's why all 3 of us are historians when it comes to football. And Victor Locke says this: I want to see George the Animal Kittle eat a turnbuckle. And of course, I gave that reference. I gave that reference in a live stream. Was it the Chargers game? I think it was the Chargers game where I spat that out and Victor started laughing. He texted me and he said, "You did not just pay homage to George the Animal Steele." Yes, I did.
It probably had to be that one or the Broncos game, but I'm thinking it was a Chargers game, probably.
I think it was the Chargers game where I did that live stream.
George Kittle is a big enough wrestling fan. He might actually do that in a ring someday.
I was saying, you dare him, he would do it. I think. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Previous play-by-play announcer Ted Robinson gave him the name Stone Cold Kittle because one of his favorite wrestlers of all time is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
And then I look at a video in 2019. They're walking up to Levi Stadium. What's he wearing? The Rock.
And then the Rock cuts a Rock-like promo
for
on behalf of
the
Super Bowl on behalf of Kittle. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
My man George Kittle will block. He'll catch a pass. He'll lay the smackdown on your candy ass, and the eyebrow goes up.
And I told
wife and I watched that intro, and both of us were yelling.
And I totally forgot The Rock was born in San Francisco. I totally
forgot
about that.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, man, it's gonna. Jim Ross, thank you for this term. It's gonna be a slobber knocker in Philadelphia.
The 49ers Eagles. Yeah,
I have two rooting interests, both the 49ers and the Eagles.
I will say this: if the 49ers advance past that game,
they'll win it all. They'll win it all.
But I will definitely say this: the best unit in all football is 49ers defense. They will get severely tested Sunday, and if they face, they'll get severely tested 2 weeks from then.
Ooh-wee! It's going to be a slobber. And I have rooting interest on both sides for both Philadelphia and San Francisco.
That unit is going to get severely tested.
Look, Jody already asked me this morning before she left. She says, "Who are we rooting for in the NFC Championship game?" I said, "Both teams." She says, "Oh, you like both?" I said, "Yes." I don't care who wins or loses that game. When that game is over, we're both going to stand in front of the television, in the immortal words of the late, great Jack Buck, pardon us while we stand up and applaud.
I'm just rooting for a good game. I don't care.
It's going to be a hell of a slobber knocker. That's Ryan McCoffey joining us on this here Monday program. What's the brew, man? We forgot to ask this. What's the brew?
Jolly Java from Invader Coffee.
Jolly Java, courtesy of Bitter Coffee.
And
I'm gonna reach.
Invader Coffee.
Bitter Coffee.
Yeah. Invader
Coffee. Say it again.
Invader Coffee.
Invader.
Yeah.
Like Van Vader. Duh.
And what else?
Vader.
And what else is going to be on tap outside of the review of
the
round?
What you got coming this week?
So tomorrow at 7 is our review of the divisional round, and Friday is going to be our championship. It's going to be our conference championship preview.
Can I be a guest on that one on Friday?
You know, I was going to say, if the Niners go to the Super Bowl, we're planning on doing a super stream or super live stream for that Friday, and I'm gonna invite you on.
Oh wow!
And nice. I will couple it with one of my own. I'm doing a Super Bowl stream anyway. So anybody, and the Friday before the Super Bowl, I'm putting this out there now. And Cole, I'd love for you to put this in the chat. I'm doing a super stream Friday before the Super Bowl and day of 11 a.m. February 12th on the new Snowman multimedia channel that will kick off our live streaming. So everybody is invited, and let's get the new channel up to. I'll put the channel in the chat here in a moment. Let's get the channel up to 1,000 subs and piss off YouTube because they don't expect us to do it. And let's get Cole Johnson and No Credentials Required up to 1,000 subs also.
We're at 196. We're at 196 right now.
I'm acting on behalf of these brothers in front of me, Playmakers Blog Network, my buddy Charles Faulkner, everybody. Male content creators that actually know what they're doing and know what they're talking about, no matter what the subject, need to be supported. Race, color, or creed does not matter.
And don't give me clickbait either.
Don't get me. Oh boy.
Oh heck no.
Yeah, you know what? Now I understand why Cole took a year off from doing Cole Sports to do a lot of studying, because I'm doing this on the fly as well. Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate you.
Oh, and gentlemen, I appreciate your kind words from my weight loss journey. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, I'm a brother in the fight.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
I'm a brother in the fight. We get it. I get it, man. I get it. Even though part of mine came through necessary surgery with my cancer, I get it. I get it. And keep up the great work. If you need any advice, holler at a Snowman.
I will say this. I've been watching a lot of motivational speeches lately, and there was one that I'm paraphrasing here, but it caught my attention. So people who tend to win enjoy the process. Like people just want to win.
Yeah.
They just want to get the W. But if you don't enjoy the struggle to get to that W, then you won't get it.
Then there's nothing to enjoy.
Hey, here's something that hung on my wall from the time I was 10 to the time I was 30.
Yeah.
The first and the last sentence of it, and there was basically an essay that was in between that says, "Success is a journey, not a destination."
Yep.
My friend Tony gave that to me when I was at Marquette Catholic, and that's a picture that remains in my phone to this day. Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate you,
thanks, gentlemen.
Will there be punch and pie? Bitter Truth asks. Hell yeah! There'll be some drinks too. Hour 2 starts right about now. Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jag.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh man, it's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2, YSL.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now. My partner / executive producer / one of my / brother from another mother is an idiot. And I love you dearly for it. It's hour 2. We're going to spend some time after we sign off to get everything loaded onto our new broadcast platform. I'll get you in, Cole, so you can work your magic.
Okay.
But you're an idiot, and I love you for that. Because of what I do. Don't give me that ish. You sound like my children. What I do? Wait a minute. I say that to my wife a lot. Anyway.
Exactly.
I'm a 50-year-old kid. I can't help it.
Right.
And Jody says that to me often.
Mm-hmm. I can picture.
I'll say something. She'll say something, and I'll just look at her and go, "What did I say? What did I say?" Doink, right on the head. She's like, "You're as bad as one of the kids." I'm like, "I know," and she'll start laughing. But that's what makes her who she is, though.
Oh, okay.
When I met her, she didn't laugh much. She admitted as such. Then she met my crazy ass.
Oh, good. Normally, that's one of the sexiest traits a woman says the man could have is humor. But what
makes my soul happy is hearing my wife laugh out loud.
Yeah, I know the feeling
about any and everything.
About anything. I know the feeling. I feel the same way with mine. All right, so what in the hour 2 intro that makes you just say, "What the heck was he thinking?"
The whole damn thing. The entire 65 seconds.
I try to mix in.
I know you combed the hell out of footage to get what you needed for that intro.
Yeah, I was like,
I know you did.
I tried to do the serious stuff along with it, so it wouldn't be just all.
Yeah, don't give me that.
I'll slip into humor.
You lying to me like my son would try to lie to me. Don't give me that.
I found serious, thought-provoking clips from different guests.
Liar. Well, actually, with McCarthy, you did find a serious clip, but you also found the perfect picture for it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Josh Allen hitting Josh Allen. Perfect.
And what he said was exactly what Cincinnati did yesterday. They made him uncomfortable.
Made him uncomfortable.
They made him totally uncomfortable.
Game long.
But then I don't know where to go next. Ben's if I see Kirk 2 Chainz cousin,
I could not
and
pass
he's
that up.
skinnier than a freaking rail.
I could not pass that one up.
You could you couldn't pass that one up.
The delivery for Ben was spot on perfect.
You couldn't pass that one up.
I was like, oh, and I mean, as soon as I because I knew the picture of Kirk Cousins shirtless, I could find. I was like, I gotta find a 2 Chainz picture. Let me find it. Perfect. Bam.
Yep.
Oh my!
And
God.
the way it was just the way he said it, like he was gonna let fly a cuss fit.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
If I see Kirk 2 Chainz cousins, then you're expecting him to turn into George Carlin immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's bass.
Now, I definitely combed for that one. I
know you did. And then there's bass. Oh my God, way to go, Sammy! And I told you the adventure I had in Raggedy Field. And yes, I said it right. Raggedy Field.
The hardest. I can actually say that in trying to find the right picture to link up with the clip. The hardest one was that one because because I had a huge choice to choose from with drunk Wrigley Field fan. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can just go with so many different ones.
Shucks, I could describe half of them.
So I was like, let me find I was like, oh yeah, a clown falling let their feel into the net. I love it.
I saw that ish in person. Live.
I said that. I said yes.
Woo!
This fool is being saved from trying to fall through the home run net in left field.
Yep.
Yes, that's the one. I got to have that one. That's the perfect one.
And then you mix it in with Chris Bass's voice and a swing from Sammy Sosa.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's your intro to Wise El Jefe, a la Bob Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear the lighter click on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And a picture of Mum Ra up going, oh man, I thought I missed it. And then the way you scripted the words, what in the all types of blue hell with a blue background?
Yes. Oh, you caught
that. Damn it.
Yes, that was intentional.
We're going to go off the board here.
Okay.
And as much as I want to rip into the Ed Reed situation, let's hold that one to lead off tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I want both of us to attack that.
Okay. Well, then we'll eschew whip around.
I'll probably do part of it this afternoon on my afternoon show. We'll see how everything goes.
All right. Before you continue, let me do this mistake.
Go.
Hour 2 is brought to you by Southpaw Slap Beats. You can't know your right without knowing your left. Good one, Sick. Good one, man.
Y'all realize all these ad suggestions you give us are going to turn into videos, right?
Yeah, I can climb into these.
Because, like I said, when Cole and I sign off here, we're going into the lab and moving everything over to the new platform so we can be ready.
Way to go, Diggy! Ryan,
thank you, Ryan McCoffey.
No sense, man.
Invader Coffee. Gotta reach out to them. Bitter truth. Here's what people haven't noticed. Purdy Mouth has the exact same game as Joe Montana. Duh!
Same game, same temperament, and the same head for the sport.
Yep.
And the beauty of it is, and people want to say about him,
they're waiting for him to fall.
Yeah, well, he's in a quarterback friendly system. What system isn't created for a quarterback to succeed in. I mean, for that particular quarterback to succeed.
Riddle me this. Who's the godfather of the West Coast offense?
That would be one late, great Hall of Famer, Bill Walsh.
And how was the West Coast offense designed to benefit whom?
It was designed to benefit the quarterback, especially quarterbacks, because this really wasn't Montana, really, that did not possess a huge, big arm.
Mm-hmm. So, to all you people that think, oh, Purdy's just in a quarterback-friendly system, I've got two names for you that was in a quarterback-friendly system that became Hall of Famers. You heard one, Joe Montana. You know who the other one is? Steve Young.
And the thing is,
and you know what? What I love about this? You know what I love about this the most? Everybody's waiting for the 49ers to fall down. And they took a couple of hits yesterday. They took a couple punches in the mouth.
Yeah, the Cowboys brought the physicality yesterday.
Cowboys brought the physicality.
Not in question.
But the greatest thing is the 49ers responded.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't surprised with the response because, I mean, this is the type of game the 49ers know how to play.
And this is the type of game the 49ers know how to win.
Yeah, and they won many of them earlier this year where the offense actually was worse than they were last night, where the offense didn't even come up with points or they barely could. And the defense
New Orleans come to mind.
Yeah, and the defense would have to drag them to a W. I mean, so New
Orleans comes to mind.
Yeah, so this isn't
win streak.
This is a new territory for this year's 49ers. This is a new territory for them.
This is new territory for the 49ers, period.
Well, no, not period, but I'm just focusing on this year's 49ers. It's not new territory.
Let's take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk more 49ers as we await the arrival of Jay Spivey at the bottom of the hour. You're watching and listening to Snowman in the Morning live, and we'll be back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extra berth. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for Monday. Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. So this thing called sports, it has fans again. It has full stadiums, full arenas, and more. And you want to be a part of it, don't you? Of course you do. If you begin to scour the resale market, there will be tickets available. And what you need to get those tickets that you want so badly is SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the app available to you that lends a hand in helping you get the tickets that you want for the events that you want. SeatGeek rates the tickets on a 1 to 10 scale, and the best part is the tickets are vetted for authenticity, so you know what you are getting and you know you are not getting scammed. And now you can save even more by using the code Snowman and getting $20 off with your very first purchase. Yes, you can do all of that with the power of SeatGeek, helping you get to the games that you want, so you fans can fan. So let's all fan.
Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm sorry. I did that all wrong. I did that all wrong. My bad.
Do it right, will you?
Oh, God. Brother guest, I'm so glad, Ryan, that you here on Coffee with McCarthy.
Bruce Pritchard, we love you.
I love you.
Oh, Lord, you beat me to it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Those first 4 licks on that guitar. Those first 4 licks on that guitar. And he played that. Bruce Pritchard played that character so damn well.
He did.
He played that so well.
Oh Lord.
Oh no! Did you see what I said? There you go.
Yep.
Do it.
This hour of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Chicago Southside Slapbox Academy. Let the scrapping be slapping.
So of course, Sick decides to pay homage to my hometown,
and not only your hometown, but the area of the hometown that you have the most love for. Yeah.
Yes. Pay homage to it. Not only to pay homage to my hometown, he pay homage to the area where I was born and bred. And speaking of Southsiders, let's go back to October 23rd, 2005, when this happened.
And he rips one into left. Kaneko, grand slam.
When that moment happened, I was upstairs. My parents were downstairs. My mom came into my room. And when Kaneko hit it, I said, okay, this is at least 2. And then I blurted out, oh, that's leaving the yard. We both screamed. I didn't even get in trouble for cussing. But my dad, who the cancer was eating him up because he was so tired, and now I understand it. But I saw the biggest grin on my dad's face. Not only after Kaneko hit the slam, but Podsednik's walk-off.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
Around your father, were you allowed to curse?
No.
Okay.
For the most part, no.
For the most part. Okay.
For the most part, no.
Okay.
But later on in life, when we've had conversations, he kept it real with me and asked that I do the same with him. So before I would let something fly, I would say, do I have permission? And he said, say it. He would just go, say it. And Victor can vouch because Victor's come into the house on a couple of conversations I was having with my dad. Both of us were laughing. The cuss words were flying, and Victor was so shocked. I'm like, Victor, this is my pops.
Well, again, yet another link.
Yep.
Making me think that your father and my father separated from birth, because that's exactly how my father was with me. When I was younger, couldn't curse at all. Forget it.
Nope.
But when I became a man, he was like, look, just kick it real with me. I'm gonna kick it real with you. And it didn't matter with what.
Nope.
And he never, when I actually was throwing for profanities, he never, when I was an adult, said, dude, temper down with it. He did it once, like when I was like 20.
Yeah.
But after that, when I understood how I can do it and the ground rules for it, never told me once, don't do it, bro. No, not now.
I mean, hell, I got my dad hooked on George Carlin. Because Dad's favorite comedian was Richard Pryor, and we all know what he talks about. Dad got me hooked on. Listen, it was kind of a trade-off. Dad got me hooked on Richard Pryor. I got him hooked on George Carlin. And the one line that got both my parents basically hooked on George Carlin. Get on the plane, get on the plane. I'm getting in the plane. Hell, the first time I did that in front of my wife, and we were getting ready to head out of town. We were getting ready to head on a road trip, and we had to drive to Indianapolis from Terre Haute and get to the airport. We're walking. We got some breakfast, and we're walking toward the plane. And she whispered in my ear, "Say it." And she got this grin. I'm like, "What, honey?" And it's 7:30 in the morning. She's like, "Come on, you know where we're going. You got to say it."
Not say it.
I'm like, all right. I lean down on her ear. Get on the plane. Get on the plane. And she starts cracking up. She starts dying laughing.
I bet.
Before we got in the plane. Jay Spivey coming in 10 minutes. We're off the board here. Where does Stephon Diggs go from here? To another team?
I don't know. Not yet. I mean, the situation in Buffalo, or at least I'll put it this way, the situation between him and Josh Allen is solid. It's good. It's nowhere near how it was with him and Kirk Cousins when he was in Minnesota. I mean, it was
true. I'll give you that. True.
Because it was to the point where I think Diggs wanted to walk from that situation for 2 solid years before he actually did.
Longer.
No, I should mean we publicly knew he wanted to walk, but you're right. But I think it brewed longer than that.
Yeah, and this was even before the Minneapolis Miracle.
Right.
Or
exactly.
what I term the Minneapolis walk-off.
Yeah, because that basically was his swan song in Minnesota. So
Yep.
yeah.
Let me see. I got the best. I forgot what YouTube channel I was on. Yeah, I remember. If y'all haven't subscribed to a YouTube channel called Top Line Sports, do so. My friend Chris had the perfect question before. Chris is a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
But he had this look of anguish on his face. And he goes, "Y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan, right?" And then he had this look of anguish, and this is after we beat Seattle. He just has this look of anguish and goes, "Who beating them?" And I started dying laughing. And of course, that was in reference to the 49ers. I can't wait to hear his wrap up, because I'm definitely going to be listening to that while we get everything together on our new platform here. Jay Spivey in 7 minutes. Later this week, Cole and I will do our AFC and NFC championship previews.
And your question for the truth: 4 years, $96 million. It's not up until 2027, so he's good.
Yeah,
he's locked in being a Bill.
Oh, I think well, now I'm thinking about it. I think Diggs was just frustrated, as the rest of the team.
That's all it was.
It was just
it was just frustration.
Yeah,
I mean, because you understand, this dude got a chance to see KC celebrate on their own field in the AFC Championship 2 years ago.
Yeah,
he dealt with the heartbreak of coming this close to beating them in the division round last year,
and that was
now it gets bounced out. That's probably the best game I've seen in terms of the last 2 minutes. Yeah, in terms of that last 2 minutes.
How can you trade 13 points apiece in 2 minutes? How the hell does that happen?
So so I'm climbing into his shoes. So he's been close. He's been close but no cigar for many a year, because the last year he was in Minnesota, they went to the NFC Championship game and they got thumped by the Eagles. So I think it's just frustration of he wants to.
And again, that was after the Minneapolis Miracle. Thank you, Paul Allen.
So I just think it was his frustration of wanting to break through and get to the Super Bowl, and he
Yeah.
thought this team was it. I don't mean the Bills, but he thought this year's Bills was it.
And they got beat by a better team.
And
You got Cincinnati came in there and rolled them.
They got beat by a better team, a hungrier team, and a team that seemingly has a chip on their shoulder.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Kansas City and do it again.
I wouldn't be either.
We're going to dive into that later. We're going to dive into both championship games later in the week because both of them are going to be top knockers.
Victor,
oh,
why?
Lord. Thank you, Victor.
Shannon Sharp. Thuggish act by a thuggish actor. Oh my God! Why?
And y'all know where that came from. It came from
Why?
Cole's magnificent promo for Cole Sports, which is on Wednesdays.
Yes, right.
2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Eastern. You can see it live on YouTube, and you can hear it live on the SDM Sports Radio Network.
Thank you, sir.
And the first 2 times I've had the chance to carry it, brilliant.
Thank you.
That's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
Let me do this. No, not that one.
And I agree. And I agree with you, bitter truth. The Bills do need a running back.
I've been saying that for 2 years.
They need to have a number 1 running back. They need to have that because Josh Allen cannot be their guy.
And
he
nor
cannot be the leading rusher.
Nor can Devin Singletary.
And Devin Singletary should be that guy, but he's proven not to be.
Well, A, they're not using him enough. And B, they don't have any trust in him.
That's what I'm saying.
So, by the way, dear Mike McCarthy,
you're fired. I said this actually, and I think you saw it in the BS3 chat. I said, you all better hop on the Dan Quinn train, make him the head coach, because you're not going to go but this far with Mike McCarthy.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, while I'm handing out pink slips, dear Kellen Moore.
You're fired. Victor said, please. But I look, I will say this, man, about your Cowboys, Vic. Defensively, y'all are there.
Yes.
That's a Super Bowl caliber defense. I will say that. That is a Super Bowl caliber defense. When they actually are wanting to stop the run in the defensive front, that helps out the whole unit. They can go to Super Bowl with that unit.
Yes.
The problem, though, is the offense wants to be cute. They want to be they want to be finesse. They want to show that they can just wow people by putting up points on the board, thinking that they are the greatest show on turf or Eric Coryell, and that they have this magnanimous offense, and it gets them in trouble. And it's the messed up part. You all can see it, just like we can see it, but they still want to keep running the same stuff, and they get the same result.
Now, see, why did you make me smile with the reminder of Eric Coryell?
Well,
of course, that's the late great Don Coryell,
because
San Diego Chargers.
I will say this: that has been and will always be, I think, my favorite ever offense I've ever seen run.
Yeah. All right. Oh, he's here. Let's do some Spivey notes.
All right, let's get to it.
Time for some Spivey notes with Jay Spivey. He joins us via the SeatGeek hotline. Good morning, Jay.
What's up, Jay?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
We're doing good, man. How are you?
I'm much better. I've been sick all week, but I feel a little better today.
Good.
Well, I'm sure you felt better at about 9:40 Eastern last night.
Well, I know both of you saw my Facebook message last night. So
Yep.
Yeah, I feel a lot better. How about them Cowboys?
You do a Jimmy Johnson real well, man. Look, dude. I don't know. I do know. In North Carolina, I know there's a lot of Cowboys fans there. So
they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yes, they are. I can vouch.
Insufferable was Tuesday through Sunday for you there?
Oh, it's just, for me, it's insufferable 365 days of the year.
Well, I know, but I mean, particularly it's insufferable because Dak Prescott supposedly is the most elite quarterback in NFL because he beat the GOAT quarterback in Brady Monday night in the playoffs, throwing for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh, yes, and a rushing touchdown. Yes, Dak is proving that he's elite, and he's going to beat the 49ers. He's going to beat the Eagles, and he's going to beat whoever's going to be the AFC representing the Super Bowl. Dak is the man. How insufferable was that between Tuesday and Sunday?
It just gets ridiculous because I love sports as much as anybody, but I can't even turn on the TV because it's nothing but Cowboys. It's nothing but Cowboys. For a team that has has not even been to a championship since '95.
They look, the last time they were in a Super Bowl or an AFC championship game, Biggie Smalls and Tupac were alive.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And Justin Bieber wasn't born yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long it's been since the Cowboys have been to the Super Bowl or an NFC championship game.
And they were still getting rid of the ghost of Steve Young.
27 years and counting.
Cole posed the question to you, Jay. How insufferable were Cowboy fans? And from a person that lived in North Carolina for 2 years, wife and I got sick and tired of hearing those Cowboy fans. Let me ask you this, and I've asked you this on the air one time, but I'm going to do it with Cole in tow with us. Not only how insufferable were those Cowboys, but how many excuses?
Oh God!
Did Cowboy fans give after yesterday's debacle at the end of the game?
Since last night, that's all I've heard. That's all I've heard.
So you didn't hear the truth from Cowboy fans.
What penalty did they complain about?
No, now they're complaining about Mike McCarthy. They're complaining about Dak Prescott. They're complaining about Kellen Moore. I mean, there's no accountability.
Well, remember last year when they bowed out to the 49ers, the Cowboys fan wanted to direct their eyes
about the refs.
Got mad at the referee, even though that was the right call.
It was the 100% correct call.
It was the correct procedure and the correct call.
It was 100% correct call. It's like, it's not. I said as a Cowboys fan last year, I said it's not my fault that your quarterback does not know protocol within the last 2 minutes of a game.
And
apparently he still doesn't know protocol either. And apparently this year he still doesn't know protocol in the last 2 minutes.
What were they doing yesterday with the time management?
And I'm glad I mentioned last year because to me that was a shot at time management. And then we fast forward to last night. And oh, by the way, time management issues again. Not to mention the formation they had in mind. Wait. Oh, thank you, Jay. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What were they thinking? And just making Ezekiel the only ineligible receiver, and they just want to have 8 guys run routes.
So it took all that yesterday for that. And then the guy just got hammered when he caught the ball.
A former USFL MVP, mind you, which is what Cowboys Nation was saying to me this morning. A former USFL MVP.
Well, they were proud because he
coulda, shoulda, woulda, but got smoked by Jimmy Ward to end the game.
Well, they were proud because he did have that kickoff return in the third quarter that went almost to midfield. So there you go.
And
after that,
the owner / general manager, why didn't he have the guts to cut Brett Maher after last week? I understand Brett Maher's been a good kicker for a number of years.
That, Jay.
But
who are we talking about again, Jay? Jay, who are we talking about again?
The owner / general manager of the Cowboys.
I rest my case.
You're talking about Gerald.
Jury.
I rest my case.
Jury.
That dude just seems to want to still be all in the way of the Cowboys' success.
Well, I'm serious. I saw it this morning. How many owners have a press conference after every single game?
Win or lose.
Home or away.
Home or away, win or lose. You always see, how to put it, Coach Jones.
And how many owners have their own radio show every week?
That dude has not met a mic nor a camera he disliked.
Never.
Nope.
No. And to answer your question, I can't think of another owner that has that either. His own weekly radio show. I'm like,
nobody.
I'm sure there's some people who really love you, and I think the people adore the fact you're this all shucks Southern guy, and you have this country way about you and all this type of junk. But come on, man, you don't have to see you every Sunday and hear you every whatever it is, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever he goes on the radio. We don't have to hear what you have to say all the time.
We sure
And
don't.
why do they have to go to a camera shot of him and his family every single day?
game.
All day.
It is guaranteed that
Home
you will
or
get
away.
at least
Home or away.
At least two, if not three. At least two, if not three, shots of Jerry Jones watching the game.
And how many did we see last night in Santa Clara? At least
And
three.
why,
At
if
least
he
that
does
many.
fire Mike McCarthy, why would Sean Payton want this job? Because you know who he's going to be after. Why would Sean Payton want this
he's
job?
not the only one. He's the only ones. He's not the only one. That's
Jay dropped that mic because I've been saying that for time immemorial. I'm like, Sean Payton will not have control of that team. So why would he want to go to Dallas when he knows it's Jarrell's team and he's going to have to basically
be a yes man
and kowtow to whatever Jarrell wants?
Exactly.
No.
And count, like you said, kowtow to what he wants. Basically, be a yes man.
Yeah.
And
who was he a disciple of? Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells.
The one who in a famous press conference when he was with the Patriots said, if I'm going to have the money, I should be able to shop for the groceries too. So meaning if you're going to give me the job, let me actually operate the way I see fit.
Someone asked me, someone made a statement on Facebook making excuses for the Cowboys earlier in the year, saying if we had a coach, we'd actually would have won a Super Bowl by now. I jumped all over that. And I said, y'all did have a good coach.
Bill Parcells, head coach.
His name was Jimmy Johnson.
Who they have completely disrespected.
Yes.
Right. But I'm saying after him, you have Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells wasn't in control of that team.
But that's where I was going to go with that.
I'm talking about
you had a head coach,
Yep.
but the head coach can't do jack if the owner is going to basically handcuff the head coach,
He meddles. All he does is meddle.
Which he started with Jimmy Johnson, but he found with Jimmy he couldn't really handcuff him all that much.
He let him. He chopped him.
So he chopped him, let him go, and got somebody he felt he could control.
He hired Barry Switzer, who let's face it, that was Jimmy's team.
That was Jimmy.
He fired
Jimmy Johnson's team.
Yeah,
he brings Barry Switzer in, who can't coach out of a paper bag.
Nope.
And they won a Super Bowl. And how's that worked for them since then?
You have to remember the month before they won the Super Bowl, the Cowboys had a monumental collapse in Philadelphia, and you actually saw Aikman berate his offensive line on the field.
4th and 1, twice.
So you knew then. I was like, okay, they're hating the fact Jimmy's not on the team because Barry is not calling them to task. They wanted Jimmy. The whole team wanted Jimmy. And you saw it in their whole whole ride, that whole year of 94 and the whole year of 95, and even the year of 96, you saw they wanted Jimmy. And the fact that he wasn't there, that was a slap in the face of the team. But
I'll tell you what's a slap in the face is that Jerry's been saying for the last couple of years he was going to put Jimmy in the Ring of Honor, and he's not done it.
And it's done. No,
get over it. Jimmy Johnson should absolutely be in that Ring of Honor.
He's in the Hall of Fame. He should definitely be in the Ring of Honor. But Jarrell is too damn stupid, not to mention too damn stubborn,
and too egotistical and egomaniacal.
Put him in the egotistical and maniacal. All of those adjectives.
Narcissist
in the Ring of Honor.
It's extremely narcissistic. Exactly, Jay. I mean, why would you want to poo-poo on a guy who gave you 2 of the 3 rings that you have as an owner?
It's all ego.
And you said it best, Jay. And Jarrell is like a kid who needs to have his stick his fingers in the cake mix while mom is baking the cake. Yeah, that's him. That's him all the way.
He wants to get Jerry wants to take 100% credit for those things.
That's right. That's right.
When in essence, it was really Jimmy Johnson who did all that.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to be the person where when it comes to history books, it's like, Jimmy, I am the one who's responsible for this team being a champion. That is.
I hate the Cowboys, but those teams were really good.
Those
teams are really good. Those teams are wiping these Cowboys teams off the map.
Yes,
those teams were awesome in terms of talent, in terms of execution, in terms of coaching, in terms of how a team is supposed to be together 1-53. You couldn't have had a better bunch than that early to mid 90s Cowboys team. Yeah,
and they made in-game adjustments.
Yeah. And we talk about Bill Belichick making in-game adjustments. That team did too.
Mm-hmm.
Like yesterday, when Tony Pollard got hurt, I understand that's a major injury. I get that.
Yes,
and I understand Zeke's not what he used to be.
Right.
But you gotta compensate for that somehow.
And the thing is, they have a capable backup running back in Malik Davis. But you can still run
they
Zeke.
Also have a quarterback
you don't have trust in you still have trust in Zeke. Oh yeah, you don't have trust in him anymore. You don't want to run with it.
Nope.
So what's the point in actually when you see Pollard go down that you actually going to trot your offense out there?
No, it's not.
Exactly.
There's not.
Yeah.
And you wonder why the Cowboys will continue to fail.
They're going to circle the
Jerry
doggone
Jones
thing.
in charge.
Well, to me, I think they're going to start regressing. I don't care whether Sean Payton takes his job or not. They're going to start regressing.
They're going to have to start regressing.
Zeke's not going to be there next year. I mean, there's no way they can keep him on keep this contract on their payroll.
Not a chance.
And I don't think Dan Quinn's going to be there either. The defense coordinator.
Oh, he's going to be a head coach.
I think as good as gone this offseason.
100%. Absolutely.
Dan Quinn is gone.
Ezekiel, I think they're going to start regressing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obvious that the Giants are on the upswing. That obviously the Eagles are the number one team in the East.
Right.
Probably the Commanders are.
The Commanders, I think, are about maybe 2 or 3 decent draft picks away from actually overtaking the Cowboys if they can.
Yeah.
If they get a quarterback.
Yeah.
They have to get a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big if. They have to get a quarterback. I'm sorry, Taylor Heineke, but
they gotta get a quarterback.
No.
I love Taylor Heineke.
They have to get a quarterback.
Else. Yeah. That is what I find frustrating about the Cowboys. We don't even have none of the three of us have an interest in the team. We could care less if the team goes to Super Bowl or the team is 1-15. But we could see how this team operates year after year after year. But if you go in an organization, you would think they're all blind.
Yeah.
Blind as bats. Let me play something that will bring back memories of Cowboys 49ers game of lore. We're going to go back to 1992. I want y'all to watch and listen to this intro for the NFC Championship from Candlestick Park.
A championship game. They have never, ever beaten the Cowboys in a playoff game either. I'll tell you, it's going to take some kind of miracle.
This is courtesy of CBS.
Some might say it was only a catch, but pro football hasn't been the same since. The 49er dynasty was officially launched that day, and although the faces have changed over the years, the results have not. The Niners are still on a roll. No one has won more games than San Francisco since then. No one has won more Super Bowls, and the ball keeps on bouncing their way. Soaring out of the darkness and into the spotlight are the new stars of America's team. The tailspin that began over a decade ago hit rock bottom 4 years ago. A Dallas won once. Now they've bounced back to within one victory of the Super Bowl. It's deja vu all over again. San Francisco and Dallas, the established champion versus the young upstarts for the championship, with a nod to the past and a look to the future.
Did you hear Pat Summerall's final words?
Well, before you get to that,
Go ahead.
just not hearing Pat Summerall's voice does not give you the chills.
Yes,
I have said this often, Jay. My favorite play-by-play in professional football, period. Favorite play-by-play announcer is Pat Summerall. Pat Summerall's the guy.
A close second for me would be
Sunday afternoon. You knew it was a big.
You knew it was on.
Yeah,
you knew it was on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a close second for me would be Dick Enberg.
Same.
A close second for me would be Dick Enberg, but for me, Sunday afternoons had Pat Summerall. Period.
But Dick never really had the sidekick like Pat did.
No, he did.
When Pat and John did a game, you knew it was a big game.
Yeah.
And the first game they ever did together was Super Bowl 16 in Pontiac, Michigan.
Yep.
First game they ever did together, because
That's
Pat
crazy.
Summerall's longtime partner was Tom Brookshire.
Right. Right.
And then they teamed him up with John Madden, and the rest is history.
The rest is absolutely history.
The rest is history. But I played that sequence not only for nostalgic purposes, but for people that watch to see that in the middle of that montage was Jimmy frickin' Johnson.
Yep.
The fellow who put that 90s Cowboys team together.
Mm-hmm.
And if it
he was
weren't
the one
for
to
that,
draft them all. Yep.
Thank you for that Herschel Walker trade.
Yes.
Ingenious.
And don't forget former senatorial candidate Herschel Walker, who was a complete moron.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you could say that he was a complete moron? He pulled out a sheriff's badge in the debate.
Yeah.
Cole, I told you he was a complete moron.
The only one who lied more than Herschel Walker during the campaign is George Santos.
Yes. And here, okay. And then there's a line that Pat Summerall said at the end of that sequence.
Yes. With a nod to the past and a look to the future. Yep.
Which is where Jerry Jones does not want to go.
It's not looking good.
Nope.
No.
Jerry Jones does not want to have a nod to the past and a look to the future at all.
The 49ers aren't going anywhere. I don't think the Eagles are, although I'm not really sold on Jalen Hurts as a quarterback.
He's
you've got to be able to throw the ball in the NFL at some point.
Well, he is able to.
I don't
throw.
want Jalen Hurts to go the way of Cam Newton.
He's
That's
able
what
to
I'm
throw.
afraid is going to happen.
He's able to throw the ball. The problem I have is I think they want to design run with them far too much.
Yeah, well, look at example Lamar Jackson.
Exactly.
What did I say, Cole? What did I say at the top of this? What did I say at the top of the season? No, let me rephrase that question. Jay, what did I say when I had you on the phone with me when I was in North Carolina last year about Lamar Jackson?
You said he runs the ball too much.
And I also used this word, which pissed off a lot of Lamar Jackson fans, that he was going to
be injured.
Regress.
And he has regressed. Here's the funny thing about that.
He's hurt.
So in the 2019 season when he won the MVP, they actually said that the Greg Roman led Ravens offensively was, I won't say top notch, but it was at its zenith.
Why
they
would the
actually
Ravens
showed numbers that each year that offense and Jackson got progressively worse.
Why would the Ravens give him all this guaranteed money that he wants?
Because they scared they don't.
They're not
they're going to have a.
Because they're scared they're going to lose him.
No, they don't. Well, yeah. One, they scared they won't lose him. Two, they're scared they can't find another elite QB.
Well,
and three, they built their whole offense around him, which I think is absolutely idiotic because they built it around his athletic ability, not the possibility of him being an elite quarterback in the NFL.
Well, they
built it around his legs and not his arm.
Since he's acting as their agent, then he has to understand that Deshaun Watson contract, which is horrible, is not going to be a precedent for the NFL. It's just not. The NFL owners are not going to commit to those kind of contracts. They're not.
No, they're not. And Cleveland took the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, look how that's
until they got drunk.
Oh boy. And I guarantee you, gentlemen, that's the contract that Lamar Jackson wants.
Of course he does.
That's the
But
contract he
there's
wants.
no way the Ravens should give it to him.
That's the contract he wants. And I think it was reported that he was offered 133 million guaranteed before the season started.
And
he flatly turned that down. Flatly
He wants
turned that down.
250 guaranteed.
He
That's
wants
not happening.
Thank you.
And
That's the number. That's the number he wants.
Deshaun Watson set the bar.
Thank you, Jay. That's the number he wants.
He wants 250, and
he wants 250. I think he'll accept 230, but he wants 250.
And I'll tell you the team, and I predicted this before the season, and I will predict it now. I will tell you the exact team that's going to drink the Kool-Aid and go after him and give him every penny of that 250 that he hasn't earned. And that team is the Washington Redskins.
I was about to say, go about 45 minutes south.
Yep. That team is the Washington Redskins.
But see, the
They're
thing
going
is,
to give him all that guaranteed money.
See, the thing is, they can afford to take that flyer because they really haven't had that type of excitement at quarterback since Robert Griffin III, and
he only played one full season.
How'd that work out?
By the way, he got injured too, but thinking he could be an athlete while being a quarterback as well.
I mean, he only one full season, and he didn't even finish the season. Quite honest, he didn't even finish the season because and he tried to rush back.
Yeah, because
he was ready.
Yeah,
and how did that work out?
The very next September, off a bad knee injury that he injured twice.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to come back, and no, he was never the same. Because when people figured out, oh yeah, you all legs, even though you have a cannon of an arm, you're all legs. Oh, well, most of your work is done. We know how.
I don't see the Ravens signing him to a long-term deal this offseason. He's gonna get the franchise tag, and this is going to go on for 2 more years.
That's what I believe. I believe that's what the Ravens are going to do. They're going to franchise tag him.
It's either 3 years or 2 or 3 years of a franchise tag, or as I said, the Redskins are going to take a flyer on him. Every piece of guaranteed money that he wants.
How can you count on Lamar Jackson being your quarterback for 17 games plus playoffs?
You can't because the last 2 years he hasn't. Right. And I've said this to people. I said, part of what you have to take into account is availability. And here was Lamar Jackson trying to go into negotiations. The Ravens bats could throw in his face, and I'm sure they did. Well, the style of play you have, you won't be able to be on the field all year long because you're coming off of a year where you missed 5 games. And now you're coming off another year where you have missed 5 games. Oh, and a playoff game to boot.
And your team desperately needed you. And here's another
11
thing, guys.
games.
I really have nothing against Lamar personally. I really don't. I think he's a great guy.
So do I.
But where was he last week? He couldn't have come to the game last week?
I guess not.
There's nothing wrong. He can't get on a plane and come with a team.
Not only that.
Where was he?
Not only that, they said he wasn't even around in practice either.
Mm-hmm.
That's inexcusable.
For weeks at a time.
It is. I hope y'all enjoyed this.
When you're the quote-unquote face of the franchise, you got to be there.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, which tells me they no longer want him as the face of the franchise.
So why did the owner and the general manager come out and then John Harbaugh come out last week and say, oh, he's our guy for the foreseeable future?
Well,
yeah, right.
Like I said, they built that offense around him. That's why. They built that offense around him, and they figured you're our bell cow. And the problem with that is, and you witnessed this being in the state and seeing Cam Newton. The team is built around the athletic ability of the quarterback
and not his throwing ability.
You could see how the downward spiral of the offense will be right before your very eyes.
Absolutely. But I don't think Lamar has the ego that one Cameron Newton has.
Oh, not even close. Not even close. I mean, Lamar is a humble, beautiful guy. I mean, he doesn't feel the need of a spotlight. He just wants to ball. And I can respect that. I can totally respect that. But I agree with you. I see a franchise tag in his future, and I think he'll fight the franchise tag, probably pull a Le'Veon Bell move and just simply sit out until a contract can be made, and then go from there.
That's probably exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I was interviewed. Shout out to my man Ernest Harris or E Digger. Brian and I were invited on his show back in, I think it was September, where we laid it down. And I actually said, look for, since you don't have this is going to be an issue every week. Are you going to sign him? Is he the quarterback of the future? And then when you get to the off season, look for the franchise tag to be labeled on him, and look for Lamar to not like it and want to do things such as hold out,
right?
Or to say, look, I'm coming to the bargaining table with good faith, but the Ravens aren't here, and then hear the Ravens say we have given him a deal, but Lamar passed on it. You're gonna hear all of this stuff that basically is going to make anybody that looks at it from the outside say, you all aren't serious. One wants to pinch pennies, the other wants to break the bank, and both can't see that you have to come to a compromise in either direction.
Listen, I really get his point of view about wanting to negotiate for yourself. I get that.
I have no problem with that at all.
But he's going about it the wrong way by taking this Deshaun Watson contract as precedent. Because the NFL owners are just not doing that unless you're the stupid owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Don't hit Jimmy
That's a
Haslam in the
convert.
heart.
No,
Jimmy Haslam's an idiot.
He's a fool.
He's
a fool. He's an idiot, and he's the owner of the Cleveland Browns. What is wrong with this picture?
He is.
All right. That's Jay Spivey with our weekly Spivey notes. And believe me, we're gonna hit the Cleveland Browns and the city of Cleveland right between the eyes in quite a few sports in the very near future. Stay tuned. Thank you, Jay. Love you, brother. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, guys. Have a great week.
You too, man.
Now, before we go, there was a comment given to me.
Okay. You ain't never lied.
I'm gonna prime the pump for Wednesday early.
Oh boy. Okay, so let me clear my brain. What idiocy did you hear that's going to prime the pump for Wednesday?
Well, I kind of wrote something in a group that pissed a certain group of people off.
Yeah, I saw this.
When the post that I wrote said,
quote,
Michael Jordan is the greatest player in NBA history, period.
Close quote. Yeah, there was one fan that wanted to say to me, well, Pippen saved Jordan's career.
You beat me to it.
Oh, please continue.
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
No,
I'm finding the quote. I'm finding the quote now. There it is. I found the dumb motherfucker who said it. I'm sorry.
I'm like
slipped. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was like, that's great. I'm glad that you feel as though Pippen saved Jordan's career, considering that Pippen at the time when Jordan won his first NBA playoff series, which was 1988.
Yep.
Pippen was getting his Robert Horry on. What do I mean? He was being a side player.
And Pippen didn't make his first start until game five of that series. And that was his first start of the season. Game 5 of that particular series in May of 1988. And Alan Cohen. I'm okay. He responds,
quote,
fourth best. There's a guy named James, Wilt, and Magic who were all better all-around players. Jordan was a loser till Scottie Pippen saved his career.
Close quote. So
and here's where I primed the go ahead.
So, and by saving a career, you mean a guy who in that first series that Jordan did win as a professional. I will not cuss, I will not cuss, I will not swear, I will not swear. So you mean to tell me in that first series that Pippen was in, that was a bull, and Jordan won as a professional. You see me tell me averaging 11 points a game, pulling down 5 boards, and dishing out 2 dimes. That's the guy that saved Jordan's career. That's the guy that helped Jordan get his first ever NBA playoff series victory. So we're going to bypass the fact he scored 50 points in that series twice and averaged 45, 5, and 5.
Is the only hey, okay, forgive me, wise. Take this, bronzexuals. MJ's the only player to score back-to-back 50-point playoff games.
Oh, and we're just going to forget. No, that's all right. And we're just going to forget, too, that Charles Oakley, who was still on that team, he actually played better than Scottie Pippen in that series. Well, we're just going to because he averaged 11 points, put on 14 boards. You're just going to bypass that.
And Pippen started in the backcourt.
Yeah.
No. He started in front. It was Pippen and Oakley.
Yeah, Pippen and Oakley.
And MJ and Pax in the backcourt. My mistake.
Right.
Okay. Now, Alan Cohen. Oh, good Lord. I wrote back and I said, James who? Being completely stupid and completely foolish, and my wife loved this.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Cohen responds,
quote,
anyone foolish to hate on the best basketball player ever is just dumb. Watching LeBron at 38 doing things nobody ever did at 38 is just masterful. When he was 28, LeBron was unstoppable, but didn't have any help until Wade and Bosh.
Close quote. Oh, so, okay.
Just a minute. Let me have this first. Oh. Alan Cohen, you stupid idiot. You just killed your own argument 2 different ways.
So
take it.
So you claim that Pippen saved Jordan's career, yet you said Bron was unstoppable, but needed
help.
So you mean to tell me that LeBron needed people to save his seasons and save his career too? That's beautiful. Thank you. Argument over.
Mm-hmm. But watching LeBron at 38 doing things nobody ever did at 38. Let me kill this part of the argument right now. And like I said, we're going to do more of this on Wednesday. Let's see. June 12th, 1985. Boston Garden, Game 6. Lakers Celtics. Lakers led 3-2, and what's that name again? What's that name again?
Curry.
And what did Kareem do that LeBron ain't gonna do? Win a Finals MVP at age 38
while averaging 29 points in the series. So, yeah,
being the best player on the floor.
He was easily the best player on the floor at 38.
Let me borrow from Brent Musburger, one of our favorites, a mutual favorite of ours.
Definitely.
In Game 1, Kareem looked like the oldest player in the NBA. But since then, thank you, Cole, for that. He has been gulping at the fountain of youth. Bitch. Roger Spice, thank you. Ryan McCoffey, thank you.
Carissa Adila Jabilum.
Do it right. Do it right, damn it. If y'all can, please support the stream via Cash App at Tallman Dr. K50 with the $ in front, or $ host Cole Johnson as we really build this thing up. Do it right, damn it.
Well, I did also. I don't know how many years I could say. At center from UCLA, number 33, Carissa Adila Jabilum. Or you could say Carissa Diligibillum. Oh, Carissa Diligibillum.
That's the one I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for. Matter of fact, give me this introduction. Let me hit y'all with a little history lesson before we go. Matter of fact, give me
this camera. Okay.
Nope. Take it back. Take it back.
Okay.
Where is it? Right here. I'm going to have Lawrence Tanter. Many of you know who Lawrence Tanter is.
Yes.
Name 5. I was challenged to name 10 players that are better than Braun. I'm going to have Lawrence Tanter name 5 of them right now.
Abdul-Jabbar at age 38-3 in a short time.
Oh, God dang it. Wrong one.
Yeah,
Wrong clip. No, I want to do this right. As the late great Kevin Samuels would say, we're building this as we fly. You better believe we are.
Carissa Diligibilla.
Okay, here it is. Courtesy of CBS. There he is.
It's been a battle of contrast. The Celtics Game 1 blowout. The Lakers smashing Game 3 rout. The Celtics surprising subtly. And the Lakers' unexpected aggressiveness. And the roller coaster of emotion. Entering Game 4, the Celtics were down but not out. In order to even the series at 2 games apiece, they had to slow down the runaway freight train known as the Laker Fast Break. The Celtics controlled the boards with Kevin McHale. They then pierced the heart of the defense with Dennis Johnson. And then it was Larry Bird time. Bird single-handedly controlled the game in the 4th period, stealing, rebounding, and scoring. And in the end, it came down to Dennis Johnson's jump shot at the buzzer.
Hear that, Bron?
The Celtics had tied the series. So welcome to Los Angeles, where the sales are up. It's Game 5 of the NBA World Championship Series. The Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's always my favorite theme of the NBA. Aha! I found what I'm looking for. Now, as I said,
Lawrence Tanter.
I've had people tell me more often than not, you can't name 10 players better than LeBron. I'm gonna have Lawrence Tanter name 5 of them right now.
Take it away, Lauren.
Now let's meet the starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. At forward in his 4th year from Santa Clara, number 31, Kurt Rambis. At forward in his 3rd year from North Carolina, number 42, James Worthy. At guard in his 2nd year from Arizona State, number 4, Byron Scott. At guard in his 6th year from Michigan State, number 32, Magic Johnson. At center in his 16th year from UCLA, number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the head coach of the Lakers.
We're going to do it again!
And forward in his 4th year from Santa Clara, number 31, Kurt Rambis. At forward in his 3rd year from North Carolina, number 42, James Worthy. At guard in his 2nd year from Arizona State, number 4, Byron Scott. At guard in his 6th year from Michigan State, number 32, Magic Johnson.
Worth less. Oh.
At center,
my
the 16th
God.
year from UCLA,
I hate
number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the head coach for the Lakers, Pat Riley.
We created a monster.
Magical Trash.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Roar
no.
through the- I got one.
Oh,
I got
no.
one more
Oh, no.
before we split.
Oh no.
I got one more before we split.
Colt Ramus. Trash.
Ramus. You know you're giving Ray ideas, right? Oh Lord.
Victor. Ryan. Sick. Thank you guys. This is hilarious.
Y'all are off the charts today.
Oh Lord. Why beard trash?
Beard trash. Beard trash. Gotta say it right.
Why beard trash? Oh,
trash. Not trash, trash.
That's right.
Okay. Even Hawk TV got.
Yeah, he got into it.
I hate you, Ron.
Oh no.
Yeah, he did.
Pert Rally. Coaching trash.
Oh Lord. Where's the other? Where's another one? Where is it? All right.
Harris trash. Lord. Oh my gosh.
Sons in the
Hold up.
Kevin, where is it? Oh, here's the other 5. Is that what you're about to say?
Give you 10 right now. Big Clay, take it away.
Hit up the shell. Trash.
Trash. Jack Trashcott. Trash. All right, let's blow the roof up the joint before we get out of here.
Trash lineup is growing. That's bad.
Oh, Lordy.
On the major lead trade. Oh, Lord.
Future Trace. And I hate you for that, Cole. Oh, shut up, Sick. I hate you. And here's the king.
This roar. You can't even hear him.
Wait, what did you say? What'd you say, Cole, when I first played that clip? How can a stadium get louder?
Louder. Because it's already it's loud.
It's already loud because the lights are off and the world champions are being introduced. At the time. And the world champions are being introduced. Okay? They haven't even got to the best part.
All you hear is from North Carolina. All you hear a crowd is going,
and it's louder.
I'm like, how?
And it's louder.
How in the world you get louder? Look. Of course, all respect to Jordan, he deserves that. But I'm like,
yes.
How in the world do you get even louder than a loud, raucous
Chicago Stadium
before then? I'm like, wow.
Okay, this is the clip I was looking for.
Good evening, ladies.
This is a clear clip thereof.
Joe Brosky.
Paul Westphal, underrated shooter. Very underrated shooter.
Oh gosh, grossly underrated shooter. Grossly.
Trace let him to the comment section. Comment section is lit up this morning. I love it.
Horace can't trace.
What we're gonna do is translate all these names for you.
What monster did I create?
We're having fun off the board before we get out of here, y'all. Hall of Famer. Oh, I hate you, Victor.
What a good name, though.
That's brilliant. All these comments are brilliant, y'all. Here you go. Here's the king.
That's crazy.
Okay. Hocus, we got to do some of these. This is, of course, for Magic Johnson.
Right.
Hocus Pocus Johnson. This is for Robert Parrish.
Robert Parrish, right.
This is for Pat Riley.
Oh, gosh. Pert Rally.
Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale, yeah.
Kevin McHale.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Marley,
Dan
of
Marley.
course, became this.
Done Major Lee.
This is, of course, for Horace Grant.
Goggles Trash. And then DJ Armstrong Trash. Oh, Lord.
We're getting all kinds of names.
Of course, Scurry Poppins Trash. Yeah.
Of course, that. Then this for Horace Grant again.
Horace can't. Trash. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. In the middle. Trash.
And Victor again. BJ.
He just said BJ Trash.
That could go any kind of way.
Air Trash, yeah.
Then there's this from Ryan.
Michelle. Sorry.
Bud J. Lestrom.
Bud J. Lestrom. Trash.
You realize you're going to have an extended list on Wednesday. You realize this, don't you?
Oh, man. It's sad.
And this.
Michelle Jordache. Trash. Oh, Lord.
And this to finish it off.
Mitchell Jordan. Trash. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. You all are but Victor. William Cartwright.
Wrong. Yes.
You had to go government name with him. Not Bill. William.
And his first name was actually James.
That's right.
James William Cartwright.
James William Cartwright. Yeah.
When I collected basketball cards and I saw that as his full name, I'm going, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I learned the full government name of a guy who's better than LeBron James at the forward position, Thomas Dwayne Chambers. And I know Hawk TV and Rod are going to come after me, but I don't care. Tom Chambers played a fundamentally better forward. Thank you. Listen,
hey,
it's pretty simple.
Fundamentally better forward than LeBron James.
Karl Malone got better at his position.
Yeah,
Karl Malone got better at the forward position.
Yeah, he wasn't the most fundamentally sound power forward we ever saw.
Nope.
But he still had
Kevin
a lot of skill. Exactly.
The most fundamentally sound power forward I ever saw was Kevin McHale.
Mm-hmm. Kevin McHale,
and it's not even close.
You could probably make an argument for Tim Duncan, but besides those two, can't do it.
Yeah, can't do it. Oh man. Oh man. All right, we better get out of here. We got a platform to build here really quick. And there will not be a Snowman Unfiltered at 11 a.m. because we're going to get our new
Curl Mullane Trace.
I didn't even know that. That's why what didn't you know, Victor? What did I miss?
Talking about Bill's first name.
Oh, yeah, James William Cartwright. Rest his soul. He was known as Mr. Bill in New York because he was always injured. If y'all remember the cartoon Mr. Bill,
that's why he got traded from there. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right, let's get on out of here. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they are not big enough.
Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too.
Thank you, guys.
We gotta sign out. We got a platform to build. We're out of here. And this episode make it to the podcast? In parts it will, but full episodes, hours 1 and 2, will start again beginning tomorrow. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Tom Chambers is still a better forward fundamentally than LeBum James, or the Fraud James, or the Brick James, or whatever the hell you want to call him. But he ain't the king. See you tomorrow.
Pippen saved Jordan's career. Shit.